To enjoy this and other great episodes on Patreon, check out the link in the description and subscribe via the Black Kluge tier for full access to over 100 exclusive episodes. For those of you who would like some QF swag on Teepublic, t-shirts, magnets, mugs, what have you, also click on the link in the description.
All right, so Tuesday of this week, the 29th, we had Wiggy came on and he was talking about David Lee Roth he has a podcast, and he 3 weeks ago, David Lee Roth shouted out Wiggy for wanting him to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And immediately, like, I was getting ready to take my daughter to the bus, but my eyes could not roll further back into my head. And I immediately posted, like, what is David doing? Is he have dementia? Is he going through Alzheimer's? Like, does he...
Hold on.
Alzheimer's.
Okay, let's try. I keep giving you shit about this. Go ahead.
So it was funny that, like, the clip he played the clip, and it's a long clip. It's probably 2.5 minutes. So
yeah, just a little longer than that, but either way, yeah.
It didn't sit right with me because right away I thought we're shinding all terrible things that Wiggy said about David Lee Roth when he called him David Weave Roth. He made fun of him taking over at K-Rock.
He implied that he was gay.
He's done that as well. And he used to rag on him after he left K-Rock and how bad David was doing. Yeah. And then when, even up until David got fired or let go and still got to keep all his money, he was pissed about that too. But, like, David didn't come up the right way through the ranks of radio broadcasting. Well, fuck off. He's a celebrity. He paid his dues in other ways, but
that's right.
Everything that Wiggy said for years about him. And then to have the nerve to say, I don't know why I thought he maybe didn't like me. Like, he just tap danced his way around the whole situation, but he made it into, I love David. Of course, he had to tell the David story when he was in Detroit, and all the girls were looking for David in the hotel, and they were asking Wiggy, where's David? And he's walking around in a towel just out of the shower, the same old stories that we've always heard. So I didn't think much of this clip until later on. James T messaged me that we were discussing what podcast this was from, because we wanted to hear it and who he was talking to, how it came about. And we also figured that it was probably prompted by somebody on the staff to ask this question and get him to talk about it. So James T went back and did the research 3 weeks back, found the show, and it was edited heavily.
Oh, big time. Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, not shocked, but still shocked.
So we have both clips to compare and play for you. Right. What's funny is David rambles these, like, oh my gosh, unintelligible metaphors, and he'll say, like, crazy stuff, analogies, and you're supposed to read between the lines and kind of, like, interpret what he's saying, but it's not always that easy. So, some of this I still don't understand what he was saying.
We'll help you, because there's a couple of references that I'll explain. That as soon as I heard them, I knew what he was talking about. But a lot of people would definitely go, it would be like CNC Factory, things that make you go, And this had many of them. So we're going to play the edited version first, and then when we're going to play the unedited one and chop it up, and, like, we'll stop, periodically to just discuss it a little.
Break it down. Okay, so keep in mind, last October, David retired. From performing. So he had this long goodbye, and he said, like, my health is in question. The more I perform, they think that it will deteriorate faster. So that's why he was advised by his medical staff to stop performing for his health. So that's one of the reasons that made me think, okay, something is going on. He's got a screw loose, or something's coming undone for him. And he's not remembering the past, or somebody got in his ear and planted things to say, because lately there has been so much talk from so many different people about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame,
as recently as Billy Corgan this week, and Michael Rappaport, and different people and Bowie and Robin, and now David Lee Roth. And it's like, what is going on? There's no way he deserves any sort of place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yet.
None whatsoever.
All these people are coming forth and putting his name in the ring, and I'm just like, no, it can't be. But hey, money will buy you a lot of things in this life, and it will get you a star on the Walk of Fame. It will get you a spot in a movie. It'll get you plugola. It'll get you on a talk show. It'll get you a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And I don't put that past Wiggy as far as like, he's never been one to talk about who he's voting for. He's like, I don't vote for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But since Jan Winter was in, now he's voting. Bowie and Hine, for whatever reason, have votes, and he always used to yell at them for who they're voting for, and he did it again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there's been a lot of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame talk, and the fact that, goddamn, Dave, what are you doing? Why? There's no need for this.
The audio, if you guys want to hear it, is from the episode "Dance the Night Away." It's like we said, like Raven said, it's a while back since we did that breakdown, but we played audio then, and we provided all the examples we're talking about. But it could be a terminal. It sounded to me then it was something terminal, like something or terminal or debilitating, the same way. Right. Like MS or, something that's going to impair his functions. And so I don't know if it's dementia. I think it's definitely something end of life type thing. And he might have had to, if it's cancer, it makes perfect sense. And it's also, even though he and Eddie were not the best of friends ever, the death of Eddie might have made him really feel, his own mortality.
Right.
And knowing what Eddie went through with his different bouts of cancer. So we're going to play the edited version first, and then we're going to play the original one for you and stop it. Okay, so just listen carefully, guys.
Poopy doopy. It's from 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
3 weeks ago. Good.
Okay.
Well, I'm so thrilled to hear this. I'll share it with you. David Lee Roth, and by the way, I'm not playing this clip for you because I necessarily agree with David Lee Roth about this and about me, but I'm excited that he is feeling good about me.
Yes.
Here is
we
David
haven't
Lee Roth.
seen him in a very long time.
Yeah, and it did upset me. I would sometimes say to people around here, and Robin, I would say, gee, I just feel so awful that I've hung out with him, on some occasions, and I find the guy delightful.